Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Flower Fairy here, and welcome if you are new. Thank you all so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I really do appreciate them. And just a reminder that today's reading is a general reading, so please only take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be looking at who are you really? Discovering your true self. So we're going to be looking at who you are at a core level, who you are without your masks on, what inspires you, what motivates you, and what your true nature is. So to do this reading, I've laid out 3 separate piles of cards here. Pile number 1, you're going to be this beautiful Lapis Lazuli crystal here. Pile number 2, you're going to be this yellow Aventurine crystal. And pile 3, you're going to be this green moss agate crystal here. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you are most drawn to. And then you can scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get started. Hi, pile 1. So you guys chose this Lapis Lazuli crystal here. And I'm going to start by looking at your oracle cards here. So you received the Fool card, and it says, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. And the shadow attribute says, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. So pile number 1, I feel like you guys are very emotional people. I feel like you guys wear your heart on your sleeve and you really show people your emotions. I feel like things affect you very deeply, and I feel like you're able to make light of situations. You're able to, even when something is going wrong, or even when you have a hardship, I feel like you're able to make light of that situation and really laugh. And I feel like, you know, you're able to help others do that as well. So I feel like you have a very good sense of humor. I feel like you're very joyful, and I feel like you're very good at turning a hard or bad situation into something positive, into something good. And you're able to laugh at, you know, maybe when you make a mistake, you know, you laugh at yourself. Or if something bad happens, you laugh and you say, well, you know, it happened, you know, I'm moving on, you know, that kind of thing. I feel like you're very good at making light of life and really taking life with a grain of salt. And it's a really beautiful quality that you guys have, because I feel like you bring this laughter and this humor into others' lives as well. So beautiful energy there. And then you have the angel card here, and it says light attribute, helping those in need with no expectation of return. And the shadow attribute says, acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So with this card, I feel like, pile 1, that you guys are very, very good people at a deep core level. I feel like you help others when they are in need of your help, whether that be financially, emotionally, spiritually, um, physically, however you help others. But I feel like, you're just very giving people, and you give out of the goodness of your heart. You don't give to receive something in return. You give because it's what you want to do and it's the right thing to do. So I really feel like you guys are very giving, loving, and generous people. Pile 2. So that is coming, excuse me, pile 1. So that is coming through here. And then you have this card here. It's number 44, and it says, you can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are very good at being in the present moment, pile 1, and really enjoying the present moment. Because I think you realize that you can't go back to the past, and you can't live in the past because it's not a healthy way of being, of living. So you really take advantage of the now, and you really live in the now. And I feel like, this is one of your greatest qualities, is that you're able to enjoy the now, the present moment that you're in, and you're able to really immerse yourself in that, so you're not constantly thinking about, oh, I should have done this, or I could have done this, or this might happen in the future. What if this happens? You're very present in the now. You're very grounded. And I feel like, this is one of your best qualities, is that you live in the present moment, and you really enjoy the present moment, and you take advantage of it. And I think this card goes along with this Fool card here very well, because you take chances in life. You dive in, and you really enjoy the moment, and you make light of the situation, even when it's a hard situation, even if it's painful. So beautiful energy there as well. And then you have this card here. It's number 8, and it's wings. And it says, you never needed those wings to fly. Wow. Yeah, so I feel like pile 1, you guys are very, like I said before, very lighthearted. I feel like you're very free-spirited. I feel like you guys are not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to show others who you really are at a deep level. And I feel like you guys are, very spiritual here with this, woman. She's sort of flying out of this tower into the sky here. So I feel like you guys have a strong connection to spirit. And specifically, I think to the angels. I feel like you guys are really connected to your angels, and maybe your guardian angels here, with this white light. And I just feel like you guys are very free-spirited. I feel like, you're like this Fool card. I feel like you dive into life, and you're not afraid to take chances. You're not afraid to take risks. And you really just go with what you're feeling, and you dress the way you want. You don't dress the way other people want you to, or the way you think you should dress. You dress the way you want to. I get that feeling here from this card, because we see this girl, and she's wearing this sparkly skirt here, and she's sort of just in her own energy here. She's really living her true self, and showing her true self. So that is coming through here. And then you have number 28 with butterfly, and it says the soul. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very spiritual. And I think I said that before, pile 1, but I feel like you guys are very soulful, and you're very in touch with your soul. You're very aware of what your soul wants and what your soul believes. And I feel like you guys are also very, very, I feel like you transform a lot in your life. I feel like you go through a lot of changes with this butterfly here. You know, there's a lot of metamorphosis. There's a lot of change in your life. And I feel like this change is what allows your soul to grow and to expand and to really you know, move to different levels, to spiritually ascend and, you know, to grow. And so I think that's one of your greatest qualities is your ability to transform your life and to transform your soul and to go through these changes easily. You know, I feel like you're able to deal with change very well. And I feel like your soul sort of welcomes change. You know, I feel like when you have the opportunity to change, your soul is really excited about it. So that is coming through here as well. And then you have this card here. It's number 2 with Moonlight Goddess. And it says, repressed emotions, healing, reflection. Yeah, so I'm just going to cover this here. So I feel like you guys are also very, I said before, you're very emotional. So I feel like, you know, you don't repress your emotions. I feel like you show your emotions very easily. And I feel like, you know, you also are healing, you know, at a deep level. I feel like, you know, with this transformation and soul card, I see that, you know, you are someone who is changing and is healing and working on yourself. And I feel like, you know, you are, you understand that you are healing, and you understand the importance of healing and how that healing is transforming you and your soul here. So, you know, and again, we have this angel here. So I feel like you guys are, and actually you have angel wings all over your cards here, and also the angel. So I feel like you guys are an angel, but you're also very connected to the angels here, is what I'm feeling. So beautiful energy there. And then you have this card here. It's Freya, and it says radical acceptance. So I also feel like you guys, pile 1, are very accepting of not only other people, but also of yourself. I feel like you guys, you know, if someone does something that you feel is wrong or something that hurts you, I feel like you guys are very good at forgiving. And I feel like you guys are very good at accepting mistakes, you know, mistakes that other people make, as well as mistakes that you make. You know, I feel like when you make a mistake, you make light of it, you know, and you say to yourself, oh, I screwed that up again, you know, got to do better next time, you know, but you sort of, you don't take things really, you don't treat yourself harshly. And I feel like you don't treat others harshly as well. I feel like you're very accepting as a person. And, you know, I think that comes because you're aware that we're all changing. We're all here to grow spiritually, you know, and we're all going to make mistakes and we're all going to screw up, you know, but part of that is learning, and part of that mistake is going to help us grow in the future, and part of that mistake is a lesson, you know, that our soul needs to learn. And I think you're very aware of that, and you understand that at a deep level, and that is what allows you to be so accepting of not only yourself but others here as well. So beautiful. And then you have this card here, and it says, I will forgive. Yeah, so again, like I was saying before, I feel like you guys are very forgiving. of not only yourself, but of other people as well. And I feel like forgiveness is something that is very, very important to you. And I feel like you understand and you believe in the power of forgiveness and how that forgiveness leads to love and leads to light, and how not forgiving leads to sickness, leads to illness and leads to darkness in the soul, So I feel like you guys are very aware of the power of forgiveness. So I feel like you guys practice that a lot in your lives. And I feel like you're very forgiving of not only other people, but of yourself as well. And again, you can see we have the angel wings here. So I really feel this beautiful angelic light around you guys. And, I feel like you guys are just, the embodiment of an angel here, really. So that is coming through here as well. And then finally you have this card here. It's number 32, and it says 8th house, endings, beginnings. Yeah, so some of you or a few of you might have planets in the 8th house, planetary placements in the 8th house, which is the house of Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by the 8th house. And, this card represents endings and beginnings and change. And so, like I said before, you guys are very good at dealing with change. And I feel like you've had a lot of change in your life. You've had to deal with a lot of endings and a lot of beginnings. And I feel like you're very good at that. You're masters at that. And I feel like, that is part of your soul's growth here and your soul's ascension. And, I think you help others to deal with endings and beginnings too. When they're going through that in their life, I feel like you guys are a guiding light to them. You guys are an example of how to deal with change and how to deal with endings and how to start afresh, so that is coming through here as well. So now I'm going to take a look at your tarot cards here to see if we can get some more information. So you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very, very wise people. And I feel like not only are you wise, but you're also very ambitious and very organized. And I feel like you're very abundant in your life, whether that be materially, financially, spiritually, however it resonates for you. But I really feel like you guys are very abundant and very successful in whatever you do for a living. There's an idea of leadership here and an idea of control. And so I feel like, other people look at you sort of as this leader or this guide. Like I spoke before, you have this angelic energy about you, this angelic quality to help others in need. And so I feel like they see you as this King of Pentacles, as this wise leader almost, or guide. And so that is coming through here. And then you have the Strength card here. And that doesn't surprise me because I feel like you guys are very strong. And I'm talking about internal strength here, not necessarily physical strength, but I feel like you guys are very strong, emotionally, mentally, physically, but most of all internally, spiritually strong. I feel like you're very grounded. I feel like I said before, you're used to change. You're capable of change, and you understand the power of change. And I think that's what makes you so strong, you know, internally here. So beautiful energy there. And then you have the Queen of Cups here. And like I was talking about before, you guys are very emotional. And I, you know, see you as being the type of person that, you know, really cares about others and really nurtures others. And, you know, that is the Queen of Cups energy to a T. You know, that is who the Queen of Cups is. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and she's very giving to other people. She's very emotional in nature. And, you know, I see again, you know, with this water here, you know, some of you guys may be water signs or have water placements, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But you have this very flowy, caring, emotional nature. And I think this is, you know, something that people know about you and see about you. And they really appreciate that about you. You know, that you're always there to help them. You're always there to speak with them if they need help. Or if they just need a listening ear, you know, you're there for them. And I think they really appreciate that about you. So beautiful energy there. And then finally you have the Death card here. Yeah, again, Scorpio energy. So yeah, you guys, like I said, are very good at adapting to change. You're very good at dealing with change, dealing with new beginnings, dealing with endings, and understanding the power of those changes, understanding the power that when something ends, it's an opportunity. You know, it's a blessing in disguise, because it's what allows something new to begin. It's what allows, you know, the old to be removed and the new to be brought in. And you understand that, pile one, at a very deep level. And that is what allows you to be so accepting of life, I think, and be so accepting of others. So beautiful, beautiful energy there, pile one. So now I'm just going to get a ruin card here for you to wrap up your reading here. So, spirit guides of pile one, can we please get a rune card for pile one? Messages or advice, please, for pile one. Thank you. Okay, so you received the Dagaz rune here. And I'm going to read what that says. So it says breakthrough, enlightenment, balance point, transformation, awakening. Wow. That's amazing, pile one. Yeah, because, you know, this rune talks again about transformation and change. And, you know, that is sort of what we've been speaking about here the whole time in your reading, is you guys are masters at change and at transformation. And I feel like you really not only understand transformation, but I feel like you drive transformation to happen in your life and other people's lives. You know, I think you motivate others to change when they need to change, you know, and I feel like you show them how change is possible and how change can lead to breakthroughs and how it can lead to awakenings and how it can lead to transforming not only their lives, but their souls here. So that is coming through strongly here, pile one. So I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up down below. And if you like this reading and would like to see more like it in the future, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as part of the Flower Fairy family. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye. hi, Pile 2. So you guys chose this yellow Aventurine crystal point here. And I'm going to start by looking at your oracle cards here. So you received Child Magical. And the light attribute says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And the shadow attribute says, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So I'm seeing here, Pile 2, that you guys have a very lighthearted energy about you. And I feel like you guys are very childlike in a way. And I mean that in the sense that the whole world is like new to you. You know, when you see something, you're like, wow, you know, and you just have this energy where, you know, you can see the beautiful in all things in life. You know, you don't see the dark side of it. You don't see the negative about it. You see the positive and you see the magic in it. And, you know, you just have this fresh, new viewpoint of life. And you really approach life with this childlike wonder, this childlike awe that we all have when we're children, you know. And it's really a beautiful energy because it's not tainted by the world. It's not tainted by experience or beliefs or anything like that. It's just this new, fresh energy that you have. And, you know, you believe that everything is possible, you know, and it's just this awe and this wonder that you have about you. So really beautiful energy there. And then you have this card here, it's Seeker, and the light attribute says, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And the shadow attribute says, inability to commit to a path once found. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very, very inquisitive and very curious about life. I feel like you guys always look for wisdom and knowledge. And, you know, I feel like you might be readers, you might read a lot, or you might, you know, research things a lot. But there's just this idea of knowledge and learning and discovery here. So I feel like, you know, at a deep level, you guys are looking for truth and looking for wisdom. And you'll do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of things. You'll do whatever it takes to find the truth. And, you know, even if that means looking through 1,000 books or, you know, traveling to different countries or, you know, whatever it means, you will do that just to find the truth and to find that wisdom. So it's just this energy of discovery and seeking here that I'm getting for you guys. So that is coming through here as well. And then you have this card here. It's number 31, Ganesha. And it says, clearing away obstacles, protection, guidance. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very protective. And I feel like you're very protective of people in your life, you know, the people that you care about. I feel like you guys are sort of this protector for other people. And I feel like you're also protective of your own energy. But there's this idea of, you know, I feel like because you are this seeker, you're this person who seeks out this knowledge. I feel like you're very knowledgeable. And I feel like people, you know, might even come to you for guidance or wisdom because you have all of this knowledge and because you're so intent on finding the truth and finding getting to the bottom of things, that I think you're almost like a guide for other people, because they seek out this wisdom that you've gained and they come to you for advice and for guidance. And I think it helps them solve problems. I think it helps them clear away any obstacles that they have in their life. So beautiful energy there, pile 2. And then you have this card here. It's number 30, and it says, law is not justice, rules that are not fair. So with this card, pile 2, I'm feeling that you guys are also aware that sometimes life is not fair. And sometimes the rules that we live by or that we're bound to are not fair. And I think that you guys are the type that will fight for justice. I feel like you guys are the type that will root for the underdog, and that will, we talked about searching for the truth and really getting to the bottom of things. I feel like you guys are champions for justice and for truth here. And I think there's this desire that you have to sort of balance the scales and really make sure that what is happening is fair, is equal, and is balanced, So I think that you guys are sort of in search for this balance, for this truth here in your lives. So beautiful energy there. And then you have number 20, and it says swan, and it says beauty. So I feel like you guys are also very beautiful people, pile 2. And I mean that not only on the outside, not only physically beautiful, but I feel like you guys are very beautiful on the inside as well. And I feel like you guys may not even be aware of this beauty that you have inside you. We see on this card, this woman is feeding this swan, it looks like here, but she's blindfolded, so it's almost like she doesn't see the beauty inside of herself. She doesn't realize how beautiful she really is, so I think for some of you, there may be this almost blockage or denial of the beauty inside you. You may not be fully seeing how beautiful you are, and how you bring light and you bring freedom and you bring justice to people's lives, So that is coming through here as well. And then you have number 27, and it says, witch, justice is coming. Yeah, so I feel like this might be my pile of witches here. Some of you, or a few of you, may identify with being a witch. But even if you're not, I feel like you guys are very in touch with the spiritual world and very connected to the divine here. And I feel like, this quest for justice that you have is part of this spiritual side that you have, is part of your spiritual nature, because you're always searching for justice. You're searching for the truth. You're searching for balance. And, part of that is your strong belief in the divine, and your strong belief in karma, and your strong belief that, what goes around comes around, and that things will be balanced on this earth in this lifetime. So that is coming through here as well, pile 2. And then you have number 51, Yi, and it says the sun. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very optimistic people at a deep level. I feel like you guys radiate this optimism and positive energy wherever you go. I feel like people see you as this sun here, because it goes along with this child magical card, because you look at things very optimistically. You look at things as if they're new, as if they're beautiful, you know? And that is what allows you to radiate this sun energy here, this positive light everywhere you go. So that is coming through here as well. And then you have this card here and it says, I am beautiful. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about before, pile 2. I feel like for some of you, it may be helpful for you to do some positive affirmations and really tell yourself, I am beautiful, because you really are pile 2. And, you know, I think for some of you or a few of you, you may not be fully recognizing this beauty inside you and really seeing it. You know, I mean, I do feel for some of you, you do, you know, because, you know, we see this woman and she's looking in the mirror here. But I feel like, you know, a helpful thing for you might be to just look in the mirror every day and say to yourself, I am beautiful. And just give yourself that confidence, give yourself that encouragement, and, you know, really appreciate and love yourself, and, you know, reinforce that you are beautiful to yourself. So that is coming through here as well. And then finally you have Jupiter here, number 7, with abundance. Beautiful. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very abundant people. And I feel like, you know, part of this abundance comes from this joyful optimism that you have about life and about the things that you go through. And, you know, I feel like whenever you look at something positively or you do something positive, I feel like it comes back to you tenfold, pile 2. And it's sort of this reciprocal relationship that you have with the universe and with the divine. Because when you give out positive energy, that is what you receive. And I feel like you guys are very understanding of that. And you guys really get that concept. You know, so you get abundance in your life. You know, the universe gives back to you because you're aware that you give, you get what you give. You know, so if you give out positive energy, you will receive positive energy. You will get positive things. So very interesting energy there, pile 2. So now I'm going to just take a look at your tarot cards here to see if we can get some more information. So you received the moon. So another thing I'm seeing about you guys, pile 2, is that you are very intuitive and you're very spiritual. And, you know, it goes along with this witch card here. I feel like you guys are very in touch with your third eye, with your inner consciousness, your inner knowing, and you're very intuitive. You know, a lot of you may see things before they happen. You may feel things that before they happen. But there's this connection that you have with the unknown here, with the hidden side of life, and with the divine. You know, with this owl and this card, I feel like you are like this owl because, you know, owls bring messages from the divine, from the spirit world. And so I feel like a lot of you are able to do this. Some of you may be mediums, you may be tarot readers, you may be Reiki workers, you know, however it resonates for you. But I feel like you guys are guides or clairvoyants here, you know, for some of you. So beautiful energy there. And then you have the Knight of Wands here. So another thing I see about you guys, pile 2, is that you're very energetic about life and you sort of just go after what you want and you're not afraid to put in the action, put in the time to really make your goals and dreams happen. And, you know, I think part of that comes with this seeker energy. because you're always seeking knowledge and you're seeking truth and you're seeking wisdom. So you don't let obstacles stop you. You really go after what you want and you really achieve what you want. With the abundance card here, it shows me that when you guys go after something, you get it, you receive it. So that is coming through here as well. And then you have the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very loving people. I feel like you guys have very strong relationships in your life, whether this be a partner or whether this be friends or family, however it resonates for you. But I feel like you guys are very aware of the spiritual gift that love is. And, you don't take that for granted. And you really give people your full self. You give them your full heart. And, you feel things deeply. You feel things at a deep level. And you're very emotional, So that is coming through as well. And then finally you have the Knight of Pentacles here. Yeah, and the Knight of Pentacles is a very organized and strategic person. Someone that really, goes after what they want and really plans it out, really, structures it. And, so I feel like you guys have this very organized and planning nature. And I feel like, you're very abundant. Like I talked about before, when you go after something, you get it, pile two. And you have this abundance around you. So that is coming through here as well. So now I'm just going to get a final rune card for you here to wrap up this reading. So spirit guides of pile two, please give us a message or advice for pile two here. Please give us a message or advice for pile two here. Message, thank you. Okay, so you have the rune Kenaz here. And I'm going to read what this means for you. So it says, just have to find it here. It says enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, learning. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all here, pile two, because we talked about how you are always learning and how you are always searching for wisdom and knowledge in your life. And that's what this rune is all about. This rune is about learning and it's about enlightenment. And so I feel like you guys are like this owl here in this card. This owl is reading this book here and gaining all of this wisdom and knowledge from reading this book. And, I feel like this is you. This is you here because you're very spiritual. You're very connected to the moon, to the divine, to the spirit world. And you're very connected to finding knowledge and gaining knowledge so that you can help other people in their path. And so, this rune just really wraps up, I think, your true nature here, pile two. So beautiful, beautiful energy there. So I'm going to leave your reading there, pile two. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up down below. And if you like this reading and would like to see more like it in the future, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as part of the family. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile three. So you guys chose this green moss agate crystal here. And I'm going to start by looking at your oracle cards here. So you received scribe, and the light attribute says preserving knowledge and information. And the shadow attribute says altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So I feel like you guys are very good at maintaining or preserving knowledge here. Some of you could be writers. You could be even, textbook writers or journalists or writers, scribes, something to do with maintaining and keeping the written word. But even if you're not, I feel like you guys might just like to write letters to people or, send cards to people or, however it resonates for you. But I feel like you guys are just very good at categorizing knowledge and really preserving it, really keeping it for future generations and for future people to see and to learn from. So very interesting energy there, pile three. And then you have the pioneer card here, and the light attribute says passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Shadow attribute says compulsive need to keep moving on. Wow. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are very inventive, pile three. And I feel like you are the type that wants to do what has not been done before. And you want to create things that have never been created, And there's just this pioneering energy about you, this pioneering spirit, and this inventive energy that you have. Some of you could even be inventors, or entrepreneurs. Maybe you started your own business, or maybe you created something that's new, that's different, But you guys are very inventive, and I feel like this comes at a deep level, comes from a deep level. I feel like you have this desire to really break through and create things that have never been done and do things that have never been done before. So beautiful energy there, pile three. And then you have this card here. It's number 42 with Sacred Earth Mother. And it says a message of love. So I feel like you guys are very connected to nature and the earth here, and specifically Gaia, Mother Earth. I feel like you guys have a strong love for the earth, and you might be very environmentally conscious. You might recycle things. You might use natural recycled materials a lot. You might eat very well, eat very clean foods, but you're very connected to Mother Earth and Mother Earth's energy. And I think you have this love for the earth, and I think this love also radiates out to the rest of your life in terms of showing love to others and to yourself. But there's this strong energy here of this love for Mother Earth and this love for Gaia here. So beautiful energy there, pile three. And then you have this card here. It's number 40, and it says keeping up, immense effort, advance. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are very hard workers here. I feel like you guys put in a lot of effort to whatever you do, to whatever you're going after. And sometimes I feel like, for some of you, you might feel like it's hard to keep up, or you might be worried that you're going to fall behind or worried that time is going to run out. But, I just see this real drive that you guys have and this real motivation to put in this effort so that you can achieve whatever you're going after. So there's this idea of keeping up here, you know, keeping up with the times, keeping up with your projects, with your goals, and, you know, not letting time be wasted, not letting time go by, but really keeping up with the time here. So that is coming through here as well. And then you have number 26 with feather, and it says, think first before you judge. Yeah, so another thing I see about you guys, pile 3, is you guys are very thoughtful. And I feel like you guys really think about what you're going to say before you say it. I feel like you think about what you're going to do before you do it. And you're not quick to judge people, and you're not quick to judge situations. I feel like you really think about all the different aspects of it and all the different possibilities before you make judgments on people or things. And that's a really beautiful quality, pile 3, because, you know, not a lot of people do that. You know, sometimes people are very quick to judge, and, you know, sometimes they make wrong judgments because of that, because they're jumping to conclusions or they're jumping to judgments. Whereas, you know, you really think about it. You really take your time to say, you know, what is really going on in this situation, you know, and is this a good thing or is this a bad thing, you know? And you really look at all aspects of the situation before you make a judgment on it. So that is coming through here as well. And then you have number 17 with wolf, and it says authenticity. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are very, very authentic people, pile 3. And I feel like you're very true to yourselves. I feel like you don't wear masks. You know, you really show your true colors. You really show what you're made of. And I feel like, you know, you're not afraid to show who you are at a deep level. And you're not afraid to face this wolf here. You know, you're not afraid to face darkness or scary things. You know, you really find that courage and that power within yourself to face whatever you have to face. And, you know, you really show people what you're made of. So beautiful energy there. And then you have number 23 with Ishtar, and it says communion. Yeah, so I feel like with this card, pile 3, that you guys are also very in touch with the divine here. And I spoke about it a little before with this Earth Mother card, but, you know, I feel like you guys are in touch with your intuition and in touch with the guidance that you get from spirit. And I feel like you really commune with that guidance, with that spiritual energy. And you understand that it's part of you, and it's part of this communion that you have with spirit. And, you know, I think that allows you to come up with these inventive ideas, you know, because you are this pioneer. So, you know, I feel like this communion or this relationship that you have with spirit is very helpful in terms of you really coming up with these ideas, you know, and being this pioneering spirit here. So beautiful energy there. And then you have this card here. It says, I will rejoice. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very, very good at celebrating the good times in your life and really appreciating all of your blessings and all of the things that you do have right now at this moment, you know. And I feel like you celebrate that. You guys really enjoy, you know, when something good happens. I feel like you guys celebrate it, you know, whether that means going out dancing or going to a party or just playing music or, you know, whatever it is for you. I feel like you guys really, rejoice in life and you really celebrate the good times. So that is coming through here as well. And then finally you have number 41 with North Node, and it says life's purpose. Wow. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very aware of your life purpose here. I feel like, you know, for you guys, I feel like you understand that you came here for a reason, you know, whatever that reason might be, you know, whether it's inventing something new, whether it's writing a book, you know, whatever it is for you, I feel like you understand why you came here and what your life's purpose is this lifetime. And, you know, you're very connected to the North Node, and you're very connected to that divine angelic guidance that you receive from Spirit about why you are here, you know, why you were put here, and what your purpose is in this lifetime. So that is coming through here as well, pile 3. So now let's get a look at your tarot cards here. So you received the Page of Cups. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are also very, very loving people. And I feel like you give your love freely to others. And I feel like you're sort of this messenger of love for people. I feel like you bring this message of not only love from your heart, but love from Mother Earth, you know, this earth energy here. I feel like you guys have this very emotional and caring side to you. And, you know, you bring this message of hope and this message of love to others in your life. So really beautiful energy there, pile 3. And then you have the 3 of Cups. Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me because, you know, we talked about this card here about you rejoicing and celebrating. And I feel like that is really one of your best qualities here, pile 3, is you guys know how to have a good time. You guys know how to have fun. And you guys know that it's important to celebrate the good things in your life. It's important to celebrate the milestones, you know, whether they be big or small, you know, but just really celebrating that moment and, you know, that achievement or whatever it might be. You know, you understand that and you really embrace that. So that is coming through as well. And then you have the 2 of Cups card here. So yeah, I feel like you guys are also very good at developing deep spiritual bonds with others here. Whether this be a partnership, a marriage, a boyfriend, girlfriend, could even be a friend or a family member. But you guys are very good at developing deep bonds with other people and really keeping those bonds and holding those bonds sacred. And, you know, understanding the spiritual nature of your relationships, you know, and how those relationships help you grow and help you ascend spiritually in this lifetime. So beautiful energy there. And then finally you have the Queen of Wands here. That doesn't surprise me, pile 3, because, you know, we talked about this pioneering spirit that you guys have. And I feel like you guys are this Queen of Wands here. You guys are very active and you're very inventive. And you're not afraid to go after what you want. You're not afraid of the different, of the new, and of creating that abundance and that beauty in your life. And I feel like you're very successful, pile 3. I feel like whatever you guys do, you're successful at it and you really achieve it. And you have this abundance around you because of that. So beautiful energy there as well. So now I'm just going to get a final rune card here for you guys to wrap up this reading. So Spirit Guides of pile 3, please give us a message or advice for pile 3. Thank you, Spirit. So you have Issa here. And Issa says stillness, self-control, focus, stability, stasis. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are, like I said before, I feel like you're very stable people, and I feel like you are very grounded. And I feel like part of that comes from this connection that you have with Mother Earth, with Gaia, and this grounding energy that you have, this real connection to the physical, to the earth, to trees and flowers and plants and all of the earthly things. And I feel like that allows you to be very grounded and very stable in your energy. And, that's what Issa is all about. It's about stability, and it's about self-control and stillness. And so I really feel like you guys are just the embodiment of that here. So beautiful, beautiful energy there. So I'm going to leave your reading there, pile 3. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up down below. And if you enjoyed this reading and would like to see more like it in the future, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys. And otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.